Welcome to Quote and Conquer, the podcast where powerful words meet powerful action. Let's conquer one quote at a time. Most people don't fail because life is hard. They fail because they listen to every thought that shows up uninvited. We don't get taken out of reality. We get taken out by the conversations in our head. Conversations that never needed to happen in the first place. And today is about understanding the difference between a mind that works for you and a mind that works against you. Hi, everybody. It's Joey Walters. Welcome back to Quote and Conquer, the podcast where powerful words meet powerful action. So, without further ado, I really want to get into this week's quote. The mind is there to solve problems, not create them, by Naval Ravikant. This line, once you hear it, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Most of the stresses that we carry inside don't come from real obstacles outside. They come from the ones that we manufacture inside our head. So who was Neville? Neville's an entrepreneur, an investor, a thinker, probably best known as the co-founder of AngelList. But here's something that people don't really know. He isn't known for his money. But what he is known for is breaking down how people sabotage themselves from overthinking, ego, fear, and all the unnecessary noise that we create in our head. His message is very, very simple. Use your mind as a tool, not like a courtroom where every thought gets to argue its case. Hi, everyone. Quick interruption from the episode. If this is speaking to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification because you don't want to miss out. And share it with someone who may need it. The link is in the episode notes. It only takes a moment and it can change someone's life. I believe in divine timing, and that can put the right message in front of the right person at the right time to make a huge difference. So let's make this happen together. And without further ado, let's get right back in the episode. So now I want to share two stories on how my mind created problems in my life, or as I say, I got into my kitchen. So the first story is in my last year of playing competitive hockey, and I was a goalie for those that don't know. And if you ever played that position, you know the truth. The game isn't won necessarily by what you do. It's won or lost inside your head. So that year I was in the best shape of my life. I practiced really hard. I put in the reps, but instead of playing instinctively, I was playing inside my mind. Every shot, I second guessed myself. Every rebound magnified itself. Every goal that I let in, whether I had a chance on it or not, it echoed inside my head. And, it started to stay deeper and deeper. I kept saying to myself, don't overcommit, don't do this. I started second guessing myself, and I got away from who I truly was. I wasn't tracking the puck. I was tracking consequences. I stopped trusting myself and my intuition, and I started second guessing my instincts. And as a goalie, that is an absolute death sentence. I did not play well at all that year, and led me to moving forward and second guessing, should I continue my career or not? Nothing changed physically, the shooters, the games, the systems, but my mind did. And I was going through a very tough time personally, and that pushed me and led me to making the decision that I stopped playing competitively. But one thing that I go back that this time taught me is that I can carry this every day in the arena of life, is that when your mind starts creating problems, your performance tightens and you don't perform the way you should. So now I want to move on to the second story. There was a very difficult season in my life. I was very busy. I was dealing with a lot of emotional stress, mental stress, and, putting in the long hours, constant pressure, always productive, but never felt fulfilled. I used to tell stories of myself, I'm going to keep pushing. This is just a season. It'll slow down. But, those weren't truths. Those were just excuses that disguised my responsibility. Fast forward to me starting this podcast and writing the book, the realization that I have learned to write the book, how to break the chains from the past, I really saw clearly my mind wasn't solving problems. It was creating problems. And the same ones over and had me stuck and chained to my past. Once I stopped treating every thought as truth, things changed. I tried to simplify it. I put in standards, I built structure, and the noise faded, not overnight, but over a period of time. Quick interruption from the episode. Your past is lying to you and it's been chaining you down for long enough. I know this firsthand. But here's the great news. My book, Breaking from the Chains of Your Past, is a system I use to rebuild my identity, and it'll show you how to break free and create the future that you deserve. And here is the deal. If you attend my free masterclass by clicking the link below, I'll give you the book for free. No strings attached, just transformation. What are you waiting for? Your future starts now. So now I'm going to give you 5 takeaways that you can do in order to live this quote every single day. Number 1, stop negotiating with every thought. Not every thought deserves your time. You need to decide whether you're going to move forward with it, entertain it, or dismiss it. Number 2, turn problems into action immediately. If it's something real, assign the next step and take action. If it's not, there's no action, it's not a problem, mental clutter. Number 3, reduce decisions so that way your mind stays sharp. Structure your days with predictable routines in order to free up your mind to solve real problems instead of inventing new ones. Number 4, let action interrupt your anxiety. Stop overthinking it. Stop waiting for tomorrow or the several tomorrows. That kills momentum. Do the thing. You know what you need to do. Stay clear on it and get it done. And number 5, build standards that silence doubt. When you raise your standards and your standards are clear in your mind, it will quiet away the things that you're telling yourself that are not true, that are creating problems. And then you stay disciplined towards that. You'll be able to take action on the things you need to have and use your mind to solve problems and not create them. So I'm going to leave you with this. Here's the hard truth. Your mind can either be your greatest asset or it could be a huge liability. If you don't train it, it will sabotage you. If you don't lead it, it will distract you. If you don't use it intentionally, it will create problems at a difficult level. The goal isn't to stop thinking. The goal is to think on command. So the next time your mind starts spiraling around, creating all these problems, remember, you weren't designed to carry noise and create problems in your mind. Your mind was built to create solutions. Use your mind and don't let it use you. Well, that's all for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got something out of it, and that way you can go and implement it. Remember, I always say, don't just hear the words, live them. You only live life once. So what are you waiting for? The world is yours to conquer. Definitely running with the